Hello, everybody. My name is Brent Boatman. I come from a family of seven. I'm the middle child. Very awkward spot. Didn't fit in. Didn't feel like I fit in. So at a young age, I took off on my own. Ran away at 13. And I started traveling and I ended up in Europe. Working the whole time, making money, surviving. And I met a master in the south of France. His name was Omran Mikhail Ivanhoff. And I started reading the spiritual books. That's where my journey led me. I started meditating and trying and practicing the principles that he suggested in the books. And I had the fortunate benefit of ended up going down to the south of France in Fréjus at the place called Le Bonfin and meeting him and experiencing being in the aura of a master. When I was doing this, I was doing this, every day he would lecture and he'd give a 2 3 hour conference, and I knew in that conference there was going to be a test. For instance, we had a chance to evolve, overcome whatever human defect we had. Could be lust, could be greed, jealousy, hatred, sweet tooth, whatever it was. Every day there was something, and I kept doing this all day long. I mean, every day. I'd look for the test, I'd understand what it is, and then I know as soon as I walked out from the conference, my frequency of desire was going to rise. I was going to be greeted by that test. And let me tell you, it was strong. I mean, if it was a sweet tooth, I craved a sweet tooth. Oh, I couldn't believe it. And I just run to the workbench and concentrate on something else. One day he came up and he said, what's this about UFOs? Everybody talks about UFOs and they come out and tell me that they're outside, and I go out there and have a look and I see nothing. But he said it in such a way where we knew he was kidding. So then he said, if you want to see a UFO, all you have to do is meditate and call them. They hear everything. So that day, like most tests, I left, and I grabbed a friend, and her and I went up on the hill, Le Rocher, where we would pray and meditate in the morning, and I said, let's do this. She goes, you're crazy. I go, no, let's do it. So we sat down, and we meditated, and we set out a beacon, an intent. Like, I want to see you. Well, 45 minutes later, 5 UFOs showed up. My friends, they were real. My brother and my mother showed up, and I showed them 5 dots in the sky. Gray dots, a little bit bigger than dots, and they stayed there as long as I did. And they're so patient. They just stayed there, and I realized then and there it works. I never doubted anything he ever said, but I trust and verify. I would trust, and then I would verify and get the results, and then it would lock in me. So here I am, 40 years later. I'm still doing the same thing. I show sky watches, and I would meditate many times days in advance. I start sending out an intent that I'm coming and to please come out. They have never let me down. They have always showed up. Even portals have opened up and floated across the sky in front of me. I'm doing another one, and on the first, I'm doing it on the first, and I'm never disappointed, nor is anybody who comes disappointed. Everyone leaves being a believer. And what's most important to this whole video is every time I would speak or say something about them or their actions or how they are, up there in the sky, it's like they would hear me and they would act out what I'm saying. We are linked. We are connected. I am them and they are me. And it's the same for you. Everybody has a UFO. Everybody has a guardian. And they want you to know that. They want you to realize that. They want you to feel their loving vibration, They are not to be feared or not to be afraid of. You see, we are their loving babies. They created us millions of years ago. They created mankind. It's like I knew this when I was in Germany, walking the streets. I loved languages. I speak well 4 languages now. Well, I was 5, but one kind of got washed away by another one that was close, and it kind of dominated the other one. And I was walking the streets in Germany, and I realized how hard it was to learn a language, how difficult it was, and that we are like test tube babies down here. And we're not like they say, we don't come from where they say we come from. Yeah, we come from our mommies, but the way the whole Homo sapien species got started is modified after a monkey. We've been upgraded and we've been improved, but the story doesn't kind of go like the way most of us have been taught. And I realized that our role as a human being, it's not about making money and having the big house and the big car and flashing it all, because going to be coming a tipping point real soon for all of us about our species. Are we going to survive this love hate vibration that is in the air or not? We've been here before. That's where deja vu comes from. You know, the human race has not incarnated yet, or I should say, it hasn't. Yes, it hasn't incarnated. We got to this point before with technology and advancement, but unfortunately, the hatred overrode our intelligence, and we destroyed our human race. We destroyed it. My I'm going to call this, we had inhabited Mars. Our ancestors lived on Mars. We lived on Mars. But it came time to either push the button or make peace. And we pushed the button, and there was a nuclear explosion on Mars. And some got in escape pods and came here, and others went underground. They're going to discover them. They'll find them. There's still life on Mars. But some of them came here. Look at the cave drawings. Look at the messages that were all there. We came here and we survived and we started over again. And now here we are again at the same point. Are we going to make it or are we not going to make it? Are we going to survive? Are we going to love our neighbor or are we going to honk and run them off? Every feeling you have, whether it's love or hate, fills the bucket. You have a love bucket and you have a hate bucket. If you hate, you feel that bucket, and it adds more to the universe. If you love, you have a love bucket, and that adds more to the universe. So I'm asking you to please, please do your part. Everything is connected to the UFOs, to the spiritual beings, to your brother and your sister. Hating someone is like drinking poison and expecting them to feel it. You're only killing yourself. You can't do that anymore. We're not, we're on thin ice. And the whole thing about the UFOs and the event and everything is very, very real. It's very real. I myself have seen it. They have shown me the end. They have shown me what happens. We have a choice to make. Are we gonna make it or are we gonna perish? They've shown me the results. They've shown me what happened. I've had several encounters with my friends. I've had several visits, conversations, and pay attention, please. Do your part. Think about it. before you speak or before you act. Yeah, it's not about the money. That is just a man-made piece of paper. There's so much more, and I encourage you to do that. I'm going to post this, and hopefully we'll get some likes and some shares. And it's not about YouTube popularity for me. No, it's not. I'm just coming out and I'm speaking what's going on. I have a lot of information. I get a lot of downloads. I get a lot of visits, and I have a lot of conversations with my friends. And they have been telling me for 40 years what to do, and I haven't done it, but I'm doing it now. If you don't believe me, come. I'll show you. Get a hold of me. You can find me on Facebook, Brent Boatman. That's my name. BrentBoatman. And I'll tell you where I'm at, and you can come and skywatch with me, and I'll point out the ships, and you can meet your own ship. They come out and they say hello. I was in Las Vegas, and this beautiful gal by the name of Shay Sisler did an interview on me with her as One Community Rising, and she talks about her experience meeting and encountering a UFO when I took her. So there's a lot to take in, and so I'm going to cut it off now. But please, God bless you. Please share and share your heart, share your love, feel what that feels like. All right, it's really easy to hate, but it's just not right. Okay, bye for now.